Hello action figure fans, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. This time I am reviewing the Ultra Street Fighter 2 Chun Li action figure made by Jada Toys. This was released in 2023. I bought this in 2024. Here it is in a nice window box, and this box is shaped to be like a video game in an arcade, so I really like that. We have a couple of controls here for 2 players, and the screen here just shows the action figure. Very nice looking box. Here's the top of the box with a window to let in more light. Here is the bottom of the box with some manufacturing information. One side it shows a picture of some characters. The other side shows a picture of more characters. On the back it shows the 3 action figures in this wave, and Chun Li is the first one because she is in this box, and then we have pictures from the video game of the other action figures. So I will open this up and review the action figure in just a moment. Here is Chun Li with the accessories that this action figure comes with. We have a pair of extra open hands, right hand and left hand, nicely sculpted. There are the pegs with the hinges, so these work nicely. So those are working. And an extra yelling head, very nicely sculpted, nice paintwork. Extra hair buns, I think these are extra pieces. We could pull them off if we really want to, but there's no need for that. Soft pliable plastic pieces here, so looks pretty good. Here is an effects piece for one of her kicking attacks, so hollow plastic here. We can put her in a pose with one leg sticking up, bend the ankle and put her foot in there. I'll show that a little later. So translucent plastic, pliable plastic pieces here, kind of hollow. Here's a pole. This thing plugs into a base here, so the straight end goes down into the hole in the base here. The other end has a little extra ring around it here, and it plugs into a hole in the effects piece, but it was pretty difficult to plug in there, so I don't really want to take it out at the moment. But very pliable plastic, and it looks pretty good. So a nice effects piece. Here is the Chun Li action figure freed from the plastic prison. Let's see how tall this action figure is. According to the tape measure, she's about 6 inches tall, or 15 centimeters tall. So nicely sized action figure. And looks like a very nice looking action figure. Lots of nice sculpted details and paintwork. So nice head there, just like the other head except closed mouth. Nice outfit here. Looks like it is very similar to at least one of the video game versions. I'm not sure which one. Nice poofy sleeves there. And this part, very soft pliable plastic, so we don't want to fold it too much, but lots of nice sculpted details, lots of painted details. There are the sleeves there. So it looks like the arm pieces are plugged into the shoulder pieces. Very nice pliable, thin pliable soft plastic, so it doesn't get in the way of the articulation. Nice wristbands with the spikes. They seem to look alright. And she has fisted hands on the figure. Here are the legs. So these look like they're nicely sculpted. Here are the boots. Peg holes in the heel. So very nice looking action figure. Lots of nice sculpted and painted details. So I'm pretty happy with the way this action figure looks. So let's check out the articulation with the head. So you can look up this much. Look down quite a bit. Very nice. Turn side to side. Tilt the head. So very nice. No other articulation on the neck there. At the shoulders, she can go out this far. This side is a bit stiffer, but it's working. So the shoulders go out. Now there's no butterfly joint, but that's fine. And the shoulders go all the way around. All the way around. So that is working nicely. There's a bicep cut, but it is hidden under the sleeve here. So that is working there. And this side is working. So that's good. There are double jointed elbows. So very nice. That side is working. And that side is also working. So very nice elbow joints there. At the wrist, we can turn the wrist and there is a hinge. So that is working. And this one, we can turn the wrist and the hinge also works. So very nice. There seems to be a diaphragm cut up here. So that's kind of, that is working. The diaphragm cut just wiggles a little bit there. Just wiggles and not much turning there. We also have a waist, not a waist cut, there's a ball joint in there. So we can move around quite a bit on the ball joint on the bottom part, and the ball joint on the top part also adds to the articulation, so we get a lot of nice movement here. So pretty good. Not much turning. I don't want to turn too much. So lots of a lot of range of motion in the upper body there. And at the hips, she can do the splits, so very nice. It's working very nicely. And to kick forward, not very much there. Seems to be a little bit of a limitation in kicking forward, and cannot kick back very much. So a bit of a limitation there. Kick forward just a little bit, and this hip joint is getting a little stiff there. Kick back just a little bit. So I hope there's no problem developing in this hip joint here, because it seems to be getting stuck a little bit. I hope nothing's getting broken in there. And we have upper thigh cuts, so that is working. And this one is working. Very good. Double jointed knees. A bit stiff, but that one is working there. So ratcheted knee joints there. And this side is also ratcheted, so there's some soft ratcheting, so we don't hear much, but we can feel it when we're bending the joint. So that looks pretty good there. And we have a boot cut here, so that turns just a little bit, not very much. This side turns just a little bit, not very much. At the ankles, she can go on her tippy toes there, that much. There we go. So the ankle joints are ratcheted, and they go up this much, and we do get some ankle pivot here, so that is working, and that one is working. So all the joints are working pretty well, except for this hip joint has me a little bit worried. I don't know if something is rubbing the wrong way in there, and I wonder if that means something is twisting that shouldn't be twisting, and if it'll end up being broken. So I'm going to be careful with that. But all the other joints seem to be working properly right out of the package, so I'm happy about that. And the action figure looks pretty good. Here is Chun Li with the effects piece, and it looks like what we are meant to do is move Chun Li's joints, get her in a pose, stretch out her ankle there, put her in a fighting pose, and put the foot in there, and we have her in a fighting pose using her super kick, and with the stand here and her foot attached, it's not too hard to balance out the action figure in this pose. So that looks pretty nice. Here is Chun Li next to a pair of 4-inch action figures. On the right is an adventurer from an Animal Planet set I reviewed a while ago. On the left is the Fortnite Jonesy action figure by Jazzwares. Here is Chun Li next to a pair of 6-inch scale action figures. On the left is the Action Force Condor action figure by Valaverse. That one's about 6.5 inches tall. And on the right is the Marvel Legends Master of Kung Fu Shang-Chi by Hasbro. And that one's a little more than 6 inches tall, so these scale together perfectly. Here is Chun Li next to a pair of 7-inch scale action figures. On the left is the DC Multiverse Green Lantern Kyle Rayner action figure by McFarlane Toys. On the right is the Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man action figure by Mattel. And Chun Li is too small for this scale. She might fit in with the 7-inch scale if we consider her to be an unusually small woman, but looks alright. I like this Street Fighter 2 Chun Li action figure by Jada Toys. It certainly looks very cool. It looks like it accurately represents the character from the video game. There might be some small details that I'm missing, or that are missing from the action figure, but it looks pretty good the way it is, and I'm pretty happy with how all the joints are working very nicely right out of the package. Just a couple of problems with the hip joints, and maybe the shoulder joint was a bit stiff, but everything seems to be working properly. So we'll just have to be gentle with the joints on the action figure to make sure they hold up. I like this action effects piece. It seems to work nicely, and also helps keep the character very nicely balanced. So it's like an action figure stand. It holds the figure in the correct pose, and it seems pretty stable. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with how this action figure turned out, and I'm happy to have this in my collection. So thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you think of this action figure, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews and commentary. I'll see you next time, action figure fans.